Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds, my friends. Today we have a very special one for you. We're in Ngāruawāhia and we're at the V-Dub Shoppe. This spectacular shed was built by Waikato Sheds 7-8 years ago, and so we're getting a chance to come back, have a look inside the shed, see how it's standing, but more importantly get an inside look into the business and all the goings on of this epic workshop, shop, setup. Like, there's everything inside here. We're going to get to see some awesome projects, Kombi vans, V-Dubs, so one of the real special ones that we'll highlight. We're also going to see the fact that they've got a full automotive workshop, panel beating workshop, warehouse and shop in here. So we're going to go through it all. So enjoy this video and really get to see the inside workings of one of the great businesses here in the Waikato. Alright, follow me inside and let's see it happen. Boom, we're inside the V-Dub shop. So we're in the reception shop area. Got Aiden, my man, behind the desk. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. How about yourself?
Yeah, awesome. So tell us what happens in this part of the V-Dub shop.
So theoretically, I see the customers all in for when we're booking in their vehicles, putting them in courtesy cars if need be, preparing quotes for all the repair works that are needing to be done. And
so I've got a classic V-Dub.
Yes.
I've got parts off you guys before.
Yes.
It's awesome. What's the sort of breakdown? Is it the majority of it? It's going to be all the classic Beetles and Kombis, or are you doing a lot of the
we
new
do everything and anything.
Yeah.
So we do, obviously, like you're going to show it later, we've got the panel shop where we do the older stuff and can source new and old parts.
Yeah.
But we also have the parts yard out the back that we sell all the newer stuff as well.
Sweet, so you're just looking after all the locals in Ngāruawāhia and just around here, just doing your basic warrants, regos I want to say, but we know that you just have to pay money for a rego. But services, all that sort of stuff, and then we got all this cool gear in here. Now, what we're doing, we're on a little bit of a hunt today for Paul, the owner. He's like, yeah, I'm about to be there. So we're going to hunt him down, find out a bit more of the story of the V-Dub shop, and then continue on our tour. But this is where you're going to be coming into. So this front desk, tick. All right, let's see what we can find. All right, so come on through. All right, Paul.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, good mate, good. So Paul, this is the man, the myth, the legend. He is behind the V-Dub shop here in New Zealand. So talk to us, how did this place start and what's going on here?
Cool. Well, we started back in '85, I believe, just importing a few parts for different missions we were on, different people. And it was just myself, and we've grown slowly to what you see now. And now we've got plenty of parts for everybody, and plenty of work happening.
Yeah, that's awesome. So a bit of the classic stories that just started it from home.
Pretty much started from a bedroom,
and
just steadily built up different buildings along the way, until we end up into what purpose-built building that we are in now.
Yeah, nice. And so when you originally wanted to spec out this building, what were you looking for?
So we were looking for a big open space, no pillars in that we had to dodge around, and also space. It's always about space, and something that was strong as well, which is what we got.
Yeah, awesome. And so we've got our classic design in here, portal frame, New Zealand steel, back to back, clear span. What is it? Is it 20 metre span in here?
I think it's 25 metres wide and we're 35 long.
Yeah, there we go. So I would hassle Sean for some stats, but Sean is called in sick on Friday, so we'll have to be 800 square metres. Yeah, long weekend, Sean. Alright, so this place, this has been awesome.
It's just as we wanted it. It's a good way to go, right? Get what you want.
Yeah, that's it. We build it what you want. People always like, oh, just tell us the standard or tell us what you want. Tell us what you want, and then we'll be able to do it, and we'll be able to frame it around. Just like you're saying, often, really what we want is just a big, clear, open space, and then do what you want inside of it.
Build inside. And the thing I like, was the doors that you guys do, PA doors and stuff, like proper aluminium joinery.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a seller for us, as ranch sliders, PA doors, and the proper aluminium windows.
Yeah, that's it. And so that'll all be our mates, City Glass and Hamilton. They'll have done all of that, good quality stuff. And that's part of the thing, is it's all locally made, locally done. Whether it's Auckland, whether it's Waikato sand turned into the steel that's then turned into this. It's very cool. But then let's go, that's enough on the shed. Let's talk about the V-Dub shop. I see all these parts here. I know I've got parts. I got a 67 V-Dub at home. It's always like most things in some sort of process of restoration.
Yeah.
I had it since I was a teen, so I love it. Which is part of why I've been so keen to come here and see it. But yeah, so you guys obviously hold parts, but then you can get them from all around the world.
Yeah, so we import from all around the world for all the parts, depending on best suppliers, best quality.
Yeah.
And then we take them and either ship them out to people, or we turn them into a classic.
Yeah.
Something that happens next door, which is the other thing we wanted everything on the same site, which we've got. So we've got warehousing on the side of the building, and the other side we've got the panel side. We do the restoration stuff, and then we've got the mechanical side, where the engines get built and dreams can happen.
Yeah, nice. And then you've even got the Field of Dreams out the back
and
there.
Field of Dreams or Nightmare at the back, yeah. Depending on if you work on them or for them.
Awesome. All right, well look, why don't we do a tour? I know we got the man Mitch here. Hey bro. You've been volunteered to give us a bit of a tour.
Yeah, Mitch is also our project manager and our parts sort of manager, so he can take you around and show you what project's going on and where we're at with them. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well thanks for that, Paul. Why don't we follow you, Mitch, and Mitch, pretty much we'll take your lead. We're keen to see projects.
Awesome, mate. Follow me. Enjoy.
Awesome.
So this is our main workshop. We've got obviously bay windows and split windows in here today. It's quite normal for us to have old school stuff in here, but we also do quite a lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
We have our engine building little bay in the background where the boss tinkers away, puts together some race engines, some road engines, kind of basically anything.
So what will you guys going to be doing on this one here today? Like this looks like it's got a mint paint on it and everything here. So has this been like a full resto or is it just getting a service today?
Well, this one, an ongoing customer of ours, really good friend of mine, personal friend. He's come in for new handbrake cables because handbrake decided to not work.
Yeah.
So he's replaced the cables. We've done some adjustments in the front to lift it a little bit higher.
All right.
It just didn't drive very nice and he likes doing a lot of kilometres in it.
Okay, cool. So does he use it as a camper?
Yeah, use it as a camper. He's coming back into New Zealand in the next couple of days, so we're just getting it ready for him.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit of a surprise for him what we've done to it. So
nice.
He should be willing, like ready to go.
So it's a 1969.
Yep.
So this would have been, I mean, I suppose that's it. I mean, for people that don't get it, it's these things are just iconic with some of the most popular times probably in, you know, like history really, you know, like the late 60s, early 70s, it's all the hippie culture, it's all going on. Yeah, so.
These ones are coming back in a lot more in fashion now.
Yeah.
As the prices of the earlier ones are going up, these ones here are a little bit more desirable because it's a little bit of a lower end budget.
Yeah.
They still hold, but they're probably the most popular.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of them and the price is a little bit lower. They drive much nicer than the earlier ones. And yeah, they're a little bit faster as well.
That's cool. Yeah, a bit of power. Yeah, we saw a classic one pulling out today and it was in third gear and about 30 Ks around the corner.
Normal, yeah.
And so what are you looking at, just the rough value on one of these?
On one that's had, we're probably in the similar state to this. Bear in mind this has had full interior, brand new interior. Paint's probably about 5 years old. Probably looking around 50, 60. For an absolute immaculate one that doesn't have any scratches, like a show pony one, you're looking at probably 80. But obviously it all depends on what someone's willing to pay.
Yeah, that's that.
Nostalgia pushes these prices. That's what.
Absolutely, yeah. That sort of nostalgia collectability of it all. Well, we've just seen it. I mean, we travel around and we build so many sheds for so many cars, and that's the thing now. It's like all the Japanese cars that were just like getting thrashed for, you know, in the 90s, early 2000s. Like, yeah, everything gets desirable, and these things just hold true. And then next door, so we've got the old split window.
Yeah, so this one's quite a rare one.
Yeah.
Double cab, ute, obviously.
Yeah.
This came in for some shifter issues. Couldn't quite find gears. And a general just tune up. This one is, we're trying to get ready for upcoming beach hop.
Oh, yeah,
so
cool.
he just wants it done. You don't see many of these on the road. There are a few in the country, but this one's a pretty tidy example of that.
So what year are we looking at on this one?
That is an early 60s one, I think.
Yeah, 63 on that one. So you got the split windows.
Yep.
up
This is
in
the more
here.
desirable one. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's got the safari window pop-outs. Kind of cool when you pull up to the beach, you pop the windows up and you get the fresh breeze coming through.
Pub dub, eh?
Pub dub.
So, is this related to any of the local pubs? Is this a good,
I don't know.
good George? Yeah, it could be the good George one or something. I know. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's a very tidy example. And it's, I think he nearly daily drives it, so he actually puts some miles into it. A lot of these parts are quite hard to find, mainly from the back end of it. A lot of those parts are very difficult to find because there was heaps produced, but not many survived. Because they were commercial vehicles.
They were just designed to be used and used, abused, and then, you know, get a new one. I mean, you see a fair few of the campers.
Yeah.
But not in the ute styles there, eh? So that's very cool. And that's the original way of it, eh? And then what would be going on this one here? So
this one here is another rare one.
Yeah.
Well, it's rare to everyone except us because we see quite a few of them.
Yeah.
But it's a panel van, right-hand drive one. I think it was assembled in Australia and then shipped over here. Okay. We're just getting it ready for paint.
Yeah.
And it's due to be picked up any day now.
And that's like a little camper van that we got going on up there?
So this
I want to say camper van, obviously, caravan.
It's a caravan. It is a Westphalia, I know it's early 60s.
Yeah.
Made by the same people that obviously make the Westphalia campers for the V-Dubs.
Yeah.
So the ribbing, the main swage ribbing around it matches the split window buses and the bay windows. So towing it with a split or a bay window looks quite nice.
Yeah, yeah.
That one here has been ground up restoration from floor all the way. We're just waiting on some seals for it at the moment so we can get it waterproof and then the customer can start building the interior of it. There's not many in the country. I think there might be maybe 5 that we know of.
Wow.
A lot more over in the Netherlands, but even then they're quite rare there too.
And then we got the off-road bugs as well.
Yep, so one other side of our business is off-road racing.
Yeah.
The boss Paul does it. He's been the chairman for a few. He's just recently stepped down and passed it on to someone else. This one in particular came in for a blown engine, melted I think piston number 1, so we replaced pistons, barrels, did the whole engine rebuild. I think it's ready to go out and he'll be racing probably next weekend.
Yeah, cool. And then is that like the sort of Baja bug style in there?
It's a...
Can we get around there?
Yeah, we can go around there. So this one here is a, what they call a Baja.
Yeah.
Or Baja bug, a dune buggy.
Yeah.
This one I think is a super tune. Yes, it's a super tune. So what these are is it's a Beetle pan and they cut I think 6 inches out of it.
Yeah.
And then they acquire or make a fiberglass body. These ones I think were made in New Zealand. Basically you just bolt it on top. So they're a couple 100 kgs lighter than the Beetle and shorter. They're very responsive. And if you put too big of an engine in the back of it, you can quite scary to drive.
Yeah, you can go pretty crazy with them. Obviously that era where you could just get away with obviously cutting frames in half and just doing it, but that sort of, it's like a classic hot rod scene, but then they changed it up for the bugs.
They do hold their value though. A lot of people have nostalgia again with them.
Yeah.
So they grew up driving around the beaches around New Zealand. This one particularly has been on the road for quite a while, but it's just coming through to get some certifications done.
Oh, yeah.
So we've added some roll bars, tidied up a few little areas here and there. The headlights weren't quite correct, so we've replaced those with updated ones, and had a wicked engine leak, oil leak. So we fixed that, and it's nearly ready to be delivered to the customer. Just a few minor touch-ups to go. We can do anything. We go from full, if yours is complete rust bucket, we can rebuild that from scratch all the way out, or we take on someone else's problem. If they have an issue with their certifications or their mechanical issues or paperwork issues, we can help people along that. Quite a lot of our customers get imports, so we work together with quite a few different companies in New Zealand to get these certified legally in New Zealand.
Yeah, nice.
So you jump through all their hoops, and most of the vehicles we get here are deregistered or never been registered. So that's part of my job specifically, is to navigate all the loops and the little windy roads to get there.
Nice. So, No, I understand that, man. It's like, the construction game, there's all the building of the shed, but there's all the navigations, architects, engineers, and all the councils. So,
it's all the same within the automotive industry.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just different companies you've got to deal with, and you start working with good people, you start getting rapport, and it becomes a little bit easier when you got
relationships and a
Yeah.
bit of patience, just understanding that you get there in the end, but you just got to take the time and not stress about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, man. I will check out the panel shop.
Yeah. Here we have quite a rare vehicle here. It is, I think, a 66 912 Porsche.
Ooh.
We are the V-Dub shop, but we do work on a whole lot of other vehicles.
Yeah.
We just recently got a Plymouth Super Satellite, I think, just went out the door. We've done some rust work on that. But we look after the locals, so if they need rust work on the Suzuki, we'll do rust work on the Suzuki.
Yeah, cool.
But this one in particular, recently purchased by the owner, always wanted one, but they're priced way out of his budget.
Yeah.
So what he's done is he found this one locally, needed some work, and luckily he knew us quite well. He's been a customer for years, owned 5 or 6 V-Dubs in his time. Yeah, cool. Quite a few American cars too, but he's just put this one in here to basically get it registered, get it rolling, get it rust free. Yeah. And yeah.
And so will he has this just been like previously crashed and just been sitting in someone's barn, or where is it? Like where do they come up with these? You know, like where do they find these?
Well, this one was on Trade Me.
Yeah.
As a lot of his vehicles are.
Yeah.
Got a lot of interest, and he was luckily the highest bidder.
Yeah, cool.
We actually viewed it for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Paul went to go have a look at it. He basically said it's a pretty good car, does need some rust cuts. Came with a lot of panels, which are very hard to find and very expensive. A lot of them were genuine panels, which is mind-blowingly expensive.
Nice.
And quite hard to find. So I know it doesn't look like much at the moment because the doors aren't on. You can't quite tell it's a Porsche unless you know it is a Porsche. But a few Porsche owners come in here and their jaws drop.
That's epic. Then what have we got going on outside? I mean, there's just so many cool things here. So will these be clients' ones, or is this Paul's stuff that he's got? Like, whose field of dreams is this?
These are all customers. Kombi here, that is actually an employee's. Got a bit of work to do on it, but it will get there. Yeah. A few of these others are just parts vehicles, but most of them are customers. Okay. Either they're storing them here, waiting for us to get into the rust. Yeah. Or we're waiting for them to collect them, but most of them here are being worked on. Got another employee's little race car over here. Yeah. He's a young fella, he's 16, just getting into the off-road scene. So Paul's kind of guiding him through kind of what to do and what not to do. Enthusiastic about his racing, as most 16-year-old boys are. Oh yeah, that's he loves it. So I bet. But yeah, he's just moving up from this one because this one's a little bit too slow for him. He wants something a little bit faster, as a 16-year-old boy would like. Yeah, absolutely. We've all been there. This little Beetle here is another long-time customer. Put on a bit of a hiatus for a while. Yeah. A while being about 7 years. Yeah, and now he just wants us to rip back into it. So that's probably due in next couple of months. We're going to start chipping away at that. Yeah. Again with. And is that all, or will there be more parts, or you'll literally be able to take that and then turn it into? We have all his parts in storage. Most of the vehicles that come here are complete. Yeah. We strip it down for inspection. Then we kind of run through with the customers what's involved, and then kind of wait for them to give us the okay if they want to go ahead with it or not. Yeah. And then we work with customers to make sure that that'll just sort of budget. Yeah. Yeah. Because obviously, there's going to be a reasonably large cost, but you're just working through. So over time, they can eat chunks. Eat the elephants, small chunks at a time, type thing. We like to work within I'm going to say within their budget or their time frame. And that makes sense. Everyone's different, so we've got to bend for a little bit for people. So that's good. Obviously, that's the sort of thing that the clients appreciate, and you sort of understand. It's also if people will be upfront with a budget. Yeah, I find that the same thing. If people will be upfront and say, "Hey, this is what we got to spend," then you can think, "Okay, well, what's the best we can do within that?" Because obviously, if it's an open checkbook, it's easy, but very few people in New Zealand have an open checkbook. Yeah, not a lot of people do. So, I mean, that's obviously been done a fair few years ago. Is that going to be coming in for another job, or is that like paint, or has that been done and it's... That was another customer that got put on hiatus. COVID killed quite a lot of people's businesses, so people are just trying to recover from that. So he's one of the customers. He's a good customer, comes in, he brings all his other vehicles in for servicing. Yeah, nice. Really nice dude. Paul's we've known him for years. Yeah. So that's got an shiny engine being built for him. Yeah. And basically we're just waiting for some time to allocate to slap it all in. Yeah, cool.
Oh, let's keep walking through. There's so many of these cool stories out here.
So these are all our parts spare cars. So obviously we wreck second-hand parts,
Yeah.
second-hand cars. We've got mainly up to about 2012, 2014
Yeah.
we focus on, because quite a lot of people need around the 2004 to 2005 mark. They're getting quite old now, so
Yeah.
second-hand parts, we need to supply our customers with the parts they need. But yeah, the Field of Dreams is full.
The Field of Dreams is very full. It's I imagine Paul's probably got a few more at home as well.
Yeah, he's got, at his previous site we've got quite
Yeah.
a few more. They're probably in a little bit worse state than these. These are probably the better ones.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, some of these have sat outside for longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
Still doing well.
They've got a hope of coming back to life here, don't they? They're sort of waiting and hoping one day it's going to be their chance to get converted. And
if they don't ever come back on the road, we do pick parts off them to help another Volkswagen stay on the road.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. You don't want to price people out or force people to send these cars off the road, because they're cool. It's harder to find, they're harder to draw, like they're harder to get a hold of, and harder to keep on the road. So we do our best to. Not many people wreck them. We've got quite a few. We've got still quite a few out at the old premises. Mainly all the trim work and stuff is quite difficult to get a hold of.
Yeah.
You can get doors, or you can get quite a big panels, but it's all the little finicky parts that we like to hold on to. Hence why we haven't put them into the crusher yet.
Yeah.
We still sell second-hand windscreens for these vehicles, because they are quite hard to source from overseas.
You can still get most of the V-Dub Beetles stuff because they did them over in Brazil and so that's it. But all this other stuff, it must be getting harder and harder.
Most of these will come from genuine, or I think they did have a little bit of a run of them overseas, but they are a lot harder to find because they're not as common. They don't have as big of a following.
Yeah.
They weren't as reliable as the Beetles.
Yeah.
But you could fit more people in these.
Yeah, that's
station wagons and the bigger vehicles. But the cool thing is that these variants came in 3 different styles. There's a notchback, fastback, and a squareback.
Yeah.
The notchback's kind of like a sedan version, kind of like a family-friendly one. You got the fastback, was like kind of a Mustang-looking type of feel. I think they tried to go for the sporty feel. And then you had even better family cruisers, the wagon. Yeah. Which you can see quite a few good examples of these on the road at the moment. Quite a few of our customers have them. Yeah, and they understand it's quite hard to source parts, so it's just part of the fun.
Part of the fun, part of the game.
Yeah, 3 vehicles here. One that's in a state of quite disrepair. It's been here for quite a few years. The owner is waiting for some funds basically to come through and start the restoration project. We've got another vehicle here she's found her funds. We've worked with her to get what's needed to get a warrant, what's needed to get it back on the road, so she can continue to use it for her company. Then we've got the fully restored one that we've done for a really good customer of ours from the Hawke's Bay region.
Yeah.
She drives all the way from Hastings. I think it's Hastings. Yeah, she comes all the way from Hastings up, delivers it to us. We do a service.
Nice.
She gets a nice trip out of it. She goes on holiday, and she's been a customer for ours for years. Her and her husband, they drive up here together with, I think, usually with their dog too.
Nice.
It's a family affair.
When you just look at it, is it the skill of the panel beater and the painter? You can just see, I just like the softness of the line here, it looks harsh on this one, but when you look at the brand new one, or the done up one, the curve on it just looks so good, is it?
Yeah, that comes down to probably 50-50 panel guy, 50-50 paint guy. So we've got a local painter.
Yeah.
We work together quite well with him. We've been working with him for a few years now. We kind of learn off each other what we should do and what we shouldn't do, so we improve areas of the Kombis that factory kind of didn't get wrong, but can be improved on. Right?
Nice.
Making sure the door gaps are even, making sure the lines aren't as sharp and as harsh.
Yeah.
It also makes it last a little bit longer too. A nice rounded edges last a little bit longer than a sharp edge.
Yeah, get the paint, the water to run off and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. Thanks again, Mitch. Thanks for showing us around. Thanks for the tour. Thanks to Janine as well. We haven't got her on camera, but she helped organise this, and I think twisted a lot of arms.
She's the workshop mum.
Yeah, the workshop mum. It's like, all right, boys, you're on camera. We're going to tell the story of the V-Dub shop. But thanks again, bro.
You're welcome. Anytime.
It was awesome, and thanks again for everyone watching it. That was epic. Give us a like, and check out all this awesome work that these guys have done here in beautiful Waikato. Come in and see these guys. It's super friendly, and they can do everything from just normal cars, and then while you're getting the warrant done or waiting, you can go and check out all these awesome machines.
Absolutely.
That's okay. All right, cheers.